In 2 days, I'm going to do something that Lindsey Graham could never do. Marry a beautiful woman, right? Paul has a pregnant wife, so we know which way he leans, right? But guys, this is a real special treat. Even if you're a big Lindsey Graham supporter, or even if you're a Mark Lynch supporter, what I ask everybody in here is to listen with an open mind and an open heart. If you have a question, ask. The guy's one of the smartest people I've ever met. But really quick, if you would, give one big Dorchester County welcome to Mr. Patrick.
Well, good evening, Dorchester County. CJ, thank you for those remarks. He already laid into some of my jokes, but the Lindsey stuff writes itself. But it's really no joke to have this man in Washington 32 years. He's the reason I got into politics. This sort of person who leaves his home state, basically betrays the folks back home, becomes part of a war machine, and almost sold out to foreign powers. I'm standing up for this. I'm going to tell you tonight a little bit about myself. Simple platform. A winner for the last 250 years, and it's going to be our salvation going forward. God, family, country. So that's we don't have to go too much off in imagining what could be, but this is exactly what needs to be. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how I got here and what I want to do in Washington. It's an honor to be with you all tonight. This is what America is. Patriots have been coming together at nighttime in pubs and around under the Liberty tree there downtown. Your ancestors did this, and now you guys are at it. We're on the watch right now. That's the important thing. We have to turn this country over to those next generations better, or at least the same as we found it. But to be frank, the last 30 years have been an incredible slide downward. We just look even at the debt. $5 trillion when this guy, Lindsey Graham, went into office, $38 trillion last week. With that, all the foreign wars, all that precious blood of American soldiers spilled abroad, and really a diminished lifestyle at home. So Paul Dans, who's Paul Dans? Well, I'm a dad of 4. A little different from Lindsey, yes, that's correct. And actually 4.5, I would say. Again, a distinction. If you guys are picking that up, my wife is expecting number 5. And we live right downtown in Charleston. I grew up in one of 4 kids, and I come from, these really great, what I call deplorable blood. The families, many of you come from the same vein that, came here, worked, did the dirty jobs, fought these foreign wars, worked to get the American dream, only to see it kind of sent overseas. And I was fortunate, my dad was a Vietnam vet. We moved around the country, but in my early years I came to settle in Virginia and Maryland in the footsteps of Mount Vernon. I think in the wonder years, this was at the bicentennial, and really got the dose of what this great country has brought to my life, but really the character of the people who made it happen. So I, like CJ was saying, was public schools, K through 12. My mom and dad's family, like I said, have worked and fought these wars. I was a merchant marine, if any of y'all were in the service. For those, that's an incredible branch that only got veteran status in 1989, and he was on these famous Murmansk runs. Our history is kind of these unsung heroes, kind of love their country and get a little kicked in the teeth for it, but keep coming back because of the love for it. And still, Grandma and Grandpa, they were ultimately Big Barry Goldwater fans, and I think that's where the conservatism took root. Little trivia, I think Barry Goldwater was a big supporter of the Merchant Marines and getting their veteran status. Of course, it was one of the highest casualty rates in World War II. My grandparents were Reaganites. My dad was and mom were these kind of Kennedy liberals. They met in Washington, D.C. First in the families to go to college, very brainy. They worked at the National Institutes of Health. So they were government workers, right? You'd say, What happens when the GS11 marries the GS13? You get Paul Dance. A mystery question. So I was just on of bureaucrats, but they weren't bureaucrats. They were this essence of people who were the best and brightest going to Washington to serve and eventually leave.